It's the Rise and Hive Podcast with Leanne and Melissa. It's the Rise and Hive Podcast with Leanne and Melissa.
Welcome to the Rise and Hive Podcast with me, Legendary Leanne.
And me, Magnificent Melissa, where connection, laughter, gratitude, and a few golden nuggets are always on the menu.
And welcome back, Melissa. You are back from a week in sunny Spain.
Back in the UK.
Not that our listeners would have known because we did a little pre-record prior to going on holiday, but you're back on home soil.
I am.
How was it?
Well, I'm ready to get back into Rise and Hive business. I feel like I went on a bit of a hiatus.
Hiatus. She's
Which
been
was not
MIA.
Which was not intentional. That was not what I thought was going to happen. I had all this list I was going to do.
She had all the big plans. She was giving it the big licks of the things she was going to do that week away is no one's business.
I even suggested, didn't I, that we would record an episode. The Mac came with me.
Got a flight out to Spain.
It did, but it didn't come out.
It didn't come out. I did think you were optimistic, I'll be honest, because I've been there myself. When you think you have all this time when you're on holiday and it goes over so quick, you think, I'm going to have all this headspace, this creativity. When I went away last month, I was very similar. I was like, I'm going to be doing this and I'm going to be doing that. And then I'm like, how are we on day 6? And I've done nothing. So it does fly by.
I did feel like my creativity was nil. I just went into... I struggled a little bit to find my rhythm and flow on this holiday. And I think, there's some few, we love a golden nugget.
We do love a golden nugget.
And I think there's a little bit of a golden nugget going to come out through this and my little journey of my holiday. Because the last holiday I had, we know, was a solo trip. So this was very different. There was 9 of us. And I want to come in with a huge caveat at the beginning here. I love my family. Absolutely love them. We've made some lovely memories. We've had laughter. We've had great connection. But it was hard for me to find my rhythm.
I think going away with 9 people, it would be hard to find your rhythm because, I think going away you can't holiday with everyone is my reflection. This is my thoughts on life on holidays. So there's many people who you can get on really well with in life, but on holiday, it's different. It is different. So I don't think you can holiday with everyone. But 9 people, that's like wrangling a few cats, isn't it? I'd like to know more about how did you approach? Because it's trying to 9 people with 9 different wants and needs
that is the thing. It's the needs, and nobody's wrong. Nobody for having different wants and needs. Nobody's wrong. We're all right. It's just the fact that we're all going to have our own things that we want to get out of that holiday. And I think it would actually only be right to come in as well and just say, you came up with a universal scoring system of hotels and holidays. Now, in the previous episode, we talked about the fact in my gratitude, I had getting a bargain for this holiday, and I'm not going to knock away from that. But absolutely, I did get a bargain. And the hotel was actually okay. The pool area, Leanne, I just kept thinking, Leanne,
it wouldn't have
this
scored
would
well
not
on
be for Leanne or Ed. Ed would have been mortified about everything about it. It really would have been. And actually, and I don't want to knock where I went to, but I've been to Salou twice now and I won't be going back again.
Well, the first day you lured me in because I have been looking for a future holiday destination, thinking where will we go? And we keep. I hate looking for holidays. It's like one of the worst things.
It's really overwhelming, isn't it?
It's so overwhelming. And I always start a journey with, maybe we'll just book somewhere and go away for a cheap deal and it doesn't really matter. But then you get lulled into, well, we could go this and for this price you could actually go there and then for an extra, and then next thing you know, you're $5,000 deep in like a 5-star all inclusive in Bali. And you're like, how did I end up here? Perfect. I know. And then you go back to the beginning. And it goes around in circles. So I get decision paralysis and I do really struggle with booking holidays. But on your first day, you'd gone for one day. I was on the journey with you. You were recording your daily podcast to me. And you were like, it was, I've not reflected this back to you, but it was quite the journey. The whole podcast was literally, I think, 55 minutes of you just walking along going, what's this over here? These have got nice chairs. These have got nice chairs. What's this? What's this over here? What's this? And you were just walking from place to place and just talking out loud into the podcast. So that was an enjoyable listen. But I felt I was there with you on the journey. And then you were like, oh, these look like nice, but oh, this is the place to be. You must have discovered like a nice part. And you were like, oh, yes, you'd like it. So I thought, oh, well, I haven't been to Salou in years. The last time I went was 1997, on a girls' trip. And I'm not looking for that type of holiday again. I'll be honest. But I was like, oh, maybe that could be a destination for just a last minute. And then you were like, no, I don't think this would be your vibe.
No. I think.
I guess it's more geared up to kids.
Well, it is. And I think it is. There was, on the mornings, you also had the journey with me, the amount of people that I was passing who'd been on all night.
They were on the all night.
I'm going out for my morning walk.
And they're just coming in.
They're literally coming through.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, this is more like Christopher's.
Is it more young? So I went in 1997, which I was 17 at that point. So is it more the young ones who were out for the party and families? Is that probably who it's geared up for?
I would say that's probably what it is.
Which would not be my...
Yes. Now, I also just want to put out a sort of... I've got no judgment on how people live their life at all. But some people would just really messy. I made quite a few comments, didn't I, on the fact that...
When people just leaving the stuff on the beach, I can't condone that behaviour.
At all. And I'm like, how are you living your life? Like every morning on my daily podcast, you heard me. You heard the road sweeper coming out.
And you had a question. Is this why you have to pay tourist tax?
Yes.
Because the tourists are leaving the rubbish on the beach. If anybody knows that information, do come in on the WhatsApp.
These countries have introduced a tourist tax, and I actually thought this is why we're paying it, because every morning there was people out. The sweeper, the blower man was out. There was somebody it was such an operation, because you've seen nothing like at 7:30 in the morning, the mess that people had left the day before, and you can understand why it'd be really upsetting.
Oh, it'd be awful. I hate people.
So,
pick your rubbish up, people.
Yeah.
Not that I think any of our listeners would leave the rubbish, but just in case you know somebody who does, get them told.
Yes, I've got very strong views on rubbish littering. Thank you. That's the one. But yes, so I wouldn't go back. I also just very sort of, before I get into the main things that I learned, the main dish was also, I don't need a holiday in the 6 weeks holidays anymore, so I'm not going to.
I don't blame you. No.
What was I thinking? I know what I was thinking. I wanted to go and have some time away with my family, and that was the main thing of it. But it was wild. It was wild. I remember the first day we went down to the beach where I'd been for a walk on the morning, on the journey of you hearing me going, oh, this is nice. A few hours later, you could not see the beach. I kid you not. I was like, where have all these people come from? So it was wild. It was busy. First week of the 6 weeks holidays. It was also too warm. I don't think I would have thought in my entire life would I have said. The last few holidays I've had wasn't in July and August. They've been in October, November, and March. Perfect. 27, 20, 28 degrees. It was 33, 34 degrees. That's not
too hot.
So there's some learning from that. But yes, we will come to the caveat. Absolutely love my family, worship them. They're great. But we're in different seasons. And I think that was the thing for me. And I think I thrive on routine, healthy habits, quiet time. I mean, one of the things that I reflected one day to you was the fact that I've been single for a long time. I think I got a little emotional when I was like, how am I ever going to let anybody in? I was struggling being around everybody all of the time and feeling a little bit
you get used to
overwhelmed.
It,
Then I was like, this is going to get hard. Have I become really selfish? I actually think I called myself. Have I become really selfish that I can't be around people? And I don't think that is.
No, I
don't think I'm selfish.
No, I think you obviously adapt to your surroundings and you get used to what you're used to. So, like my dad, he's on his own now, and I think when the kids come, well, I say the kids, not his grandkids, but when my friends come on with their kids and the young, he's like, he really struggles with the noise and the excitement of them. And he's like, he becomes quite like, oh my God, I'm not used to this, because he's used to peace and quiet. Whereas a few years ago, he might have been more used to when there was like more people in the house and things like that. But now he's like, oh my God, like I'm not used to this because I live on my own. And I think when you just get used to what you're used to. But I think there is also something around like I said at the beginning, when you said like there's 9 people, trying to cater for 9 people who want to do different things. I know obviously there's 3 family units there, presumably, that you were dealing with.
Yes.
And everyone, well, even within the family unit, I imagine people within one family unit will have different views. So me and Liam go on holiday, and there's things that he wants to do and there's things that I don't want to do. And we found our groove over the years now. We're like, well, I like to get up early and I like to go for a walk. He likes to wake up and have a gradual kind of ease into the day and be ready to like leave the room maybe about 11 o'clock. Whereas the thought of not going out of the room till 11 o'clock is my idea of hell. So I'm like, do you know what? I'm just going to get myself up. I'm popping myself out. I'm having the time of my life. He's not really that much of a breakfast person. And I'm like, hello, I'd like myself a mimosa. And perhaps some breakfast goods. So I'll go on my own and I have the time of my life and I'm happy as Larry. He doesn't feel like he's being rushed, and then we come back and then we start our day together. And it's like, rather than being like frustrated that he's doing that, I've got to either bend in with him or he's got to like rush to get ready for me. And we're both being miserable. We're both compromised. I'm like, shall we just both do what we want to do? And then we come back together.
That's okay, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's just us as one part of a family unit. But when you've got 9 people, you've got a whole host of people all want to do different things, or they've got a different idea of what's a good holiday for them, because everyone's got a different view.
Yeah. And I think it was, there was moments where was trying to go with the flow very much. There was 3 family units, very different age groups as well. And you're trying to go with the flow, and keeping everybody happy is really challenging and difficult in that moment. And I think for me, I felt a little bit, what's the word? Did I use discombobulate?
Discombobulate?
That's the word. I think I used that. I couldn't find my flow rhythm.
Yeah.
And I think because I was going out on a morning, but the other thing was we were having late nights. Now, we'll have talked on here. I enjoy an early night. So the late nights were then really hard for me. So I was still wanting to get up really early the next morning, because I am a morning person. Yeah. I absolutely want to be there. And that was more important because I needed to have that couple of hours to myself.
You needed the time.
Before I was like, I need this.
But you also prioritise sleep as well. So you've got lots of things on the go there. You're not getting your sleep. Yeah. You're having to sacrifice your sleep for your early morning. Then you need that time on your own. There's a whole host of things.
There was a lot where I just couldn't find my flow and rhythm. And I think I was like, right, no, I need to get up because I need to go and have these few hours. And then I need to then also be then trying to stay awake and be making the most and of being with family. People who want to stay out, people who want to stay out late. And, it was, I don't want to say I was being a people pleaser in that sense, but you're trying to keep everybody happy.
Yeah.
And I think what I recognised was that meant my own needs were not being honoured.
Yeah. And I think so. And my reflection on that is sometimes and I've been very guilty of this over the years, I'm like, I'll just go along with the flow, go with other people to keep everyone else happy. And my reflection is sometimes actually you're better off not doing that, because although you might think that you're going with the flow, I can guarantee there'll be some energy that's seeping out that maybe suggests this is not the flow that you want to go with. So although you might think that you're perfectly like, I'm hiding it well, I'm chill, like I'm just going along with that, I'm sucking it up for everyone else. Well, not sucking it up, but that's not your words, that's mine. But like, you might be just like, I'm coming along with it and I'll just be fine. But if you don't really want to be there in terms of that's not the thing you would choose to do, your energy will be off and it will be coming out, and people then pick up on your energy, and then it creates like a weird energy
dynamic,
and so sometimes I think actually if that flow is not something you want to go with, I think you're better off just going, do you know what, I'm going to sit this one out and I'm going to do that and we'll reconvene later. A bit like what I was saying with me and Liam on the morning. He was either like rushing to get up and get ready with me to come for a walk or come for breakfast, which is not how he likes to start his day. So when he's like he's like, I'll come with you. And I'm like, I'd rather you didn't actually, if you're giving off this energy. And the same, like, I would wait for him and I'm sat there fuming, like sat on the bed waiting for him on the balcony, just being like, it's fine, I'll wait for you. And I'm like, I'm sat there raging.
I'm wasting my day.
Yeah. So like, actually both of us would rather just be like, should I just go and do my thing? Should we both just remove ourselves from the situation? And then both of us can like have our needs met, and then we just come back together. Because although both of us in certain situations felt we were going with the flow, we were creating bad energy for both of us. And there's something in saying, do you know what? And maybe just you go and do that, love that for you, but actually I'm just going to do this and I'll maybe meet you later or I'll do that. And I think there's definitely value in being able to say that and do that.
Yes, yeah. And I think what came up for me was the environments that we're in matter to our energy, and that can be the rooms that we're in, the conversations that we're having, you know, all of these things will matter, and it will affect
how you show up,
and how you feel.
Yeah.
And I think, and to be fair, there was a couple of times like, oh, I'm not going to do that, and then the guilt kicks in my mind, and I'm like, oh, I should go along. I don't want to not go along with that, and then be like,
but then for me, I think by you going along with it, people, well, I don't know if people would or wouldn't, but like for me personally, when someone's energy is off, it's like actually you make it more uncomfortable for everybody by being there because your energy's off, and then they're like they're off because you're off, and so the guilt is made up, isn't it, in our own minds?
Oh yes,
nobody's making you feel guilty.
Yeah. So I think it was very much around about, you know, what came up for me was the values that what are really important for me. So I think it's about thinking around about what do you need, and following your own needs isn't selfish.
No,
it's not selfish at all. So I think, you know, for our listeners, what is it, the things that you need in the environments that you're in? What are the rooms that allow you to shine
rather than shrink?
Yeah.
And I think as well, you've been on such a journey of self-reflection, self-discovery. I think you've really sharpened up your awareness of the environments and the things that you need to make you shine.
Yeah.
So in the past so I think it becomes more acute because of that awareness. In the past, you might have just felt a bit off or a bit grumpy or a bit like not feeling this or whatever. You might have felt something inside about feeling, you know, you said like you couldn't get into a rhythm and a flow, but because you've been on such a journey, I think you've really sharpened up your thinking around, you know, that routine, habits, healthy lifestyle and things like that. There's certain things that you need to really set you up for the best environment. And you're therefore more aware of the environments that do make you shine rather than shrink. And for me, I've become more acutely aware as well. And when I'm in environments that don't support that, it's much more acute, and it feels it's really out of congruence. When things are out of congruence, I feel it's more acutely because I'm more aware.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably sharpened it up for you over the last couple of years, the journey that you've been on.
Yeah, I think that's a really powerful reflection. Thank you. And I think and holidays can shine a mirror up to the areas of your life of exactly going,
holidays can be they can be stressful as well. And
yes, absolutely. I think that there is that element of you know, getting in your own thoughts and your mind and things like that, and can be sometimes a really good progress. The process of self-discovery of what does the next chapter look like? What am I going to, do here? So I certainly was very appreciative of our daily podcasts, and particularly there was one in particular where I think I towards the end of the holiday, I really had become to this self-reflection, hadn't I, around about, what's happened over this last week.
Yeah.
And that's okay. And I think people can then feel guilty because I was really trying to focus on the gratitude as well. And there was lots to be grateful for. There really, really was. But then it can be like, well, why am I not being grateful? Why am I not being here? And that's okay.
Yeah.
For anybody, any of our listeners, if you are and just sharpening up them environments where you will shine and you will shrink in understanding that.
But I definitely think holidays generally can be routines really a funny one. So like I really thrive in a routine. So although I love a holiday, it can take a bit of time to get into a routine. But I think when you're holidaying with 9 people, it's really hard for you to get into a routine that supports your needs. I think it'd be hard anyway to get into a routine with 9 people because you've got all of these different dynamics going on.
Yeah.
So I think it's totally normal that I think we've all had holidays where we have a bit of a slump, but probably less so when you travelled on your own, because you one of your reflections is you solely got to do exactly what you wanted to do. But, you can be on holiday with your best friend in the world, but you can still be like, we're a bit misaligned here because, like I say, I don't believe you can holiday with everyone. You can get on with somebody brilliantly in everyday life, but holidays are a different beast. They are a different beast. And the things that some of us enjoy doing, other people will be like, why on earth are you doing that? Like, we've previously been on cruises, and loads of people on cruises love going to the shores. Now, me and Liam are not shore people. We've never been to a shore on a cruise. And that's the thing for some people. Like, you go on the shore and we're like, nah, it's not for us. And people can't understand
that's
that. But
okay, isn't it?
but some people will be like, well, that's the main thing. And I'm like, well, great for you, but it's not for us.
No.
But that's just one example of where people might assume that you would be into doing something, but like everyone's got a different thing of what they like to do.
Absolutely, and just because you want something different doesn't make that wrong.
Yeah,
none of this was none of it was wrong. There was no drama or anything.
Yeah,
I think for me there was just a real like, oh, what are the things that really do allow me to thrive?
Yeah,
and there was moments of very much rushing around trying to fit
everything in.
To fit everything in, and like you say, the week just goes so quickly, doesn't it? So yes, I did have a lot of gratitude of thinking that my next holiday at the end of September, I'm going to Ibiza for a yoga retreat. And I was like, that will be my time.
That will be your time. That will be a different.
And the other thing, and do you know what? And we forget, and here's to show, because I talk about the tools in my toolbox. I've talked about it on numerous occasions on this podcast, and I was having that awareness. And I forgot one of the things that can really help me. And we have our daily podcast, which is then my daily. That's my journaling. That is us talking out loud. That is me doing my journaling and processing my thoughts, feelings, emotions. But meditating. And it was the second off last day before I was in the middle of recording you, and I just went, I'm going to go on the beach. I'm going to take my socks and shoes off. And I went and I sat and did a meditation. And I was like, why have I not done this? Why have I not done it? To try and turn off the monkey chatter. Because I can do it. And it took me, because I was a little bit dysregulated, it took us quite a few minutes into that meditation to switch the monkey chatter off. So yes, so just always try and remember, when you have them, what do I need to draw on now? What tool do I need to pull out my toolbox to help me through this?
But there's definitely some magic in the fact that you recognise that you needed something. That in itself, I think, is growth, because there are so many times people don't realise that they need something, and it can be easy to blame everybody else or be frustrated with other people for things not being how you want them to be. But actually going, what do I need? I need something to shift my energy. And then having tools in your toolbox to be able to shift said energy is quite the win. So I think there's a golden nugget there. Absolutely.
Self-awareness is not selfish.
No.
It's not. It's just, so just different seasons, and that's okay. That is okay. That was, because then different seasons might not even, we're talking there about holidays, that could be in friendships, because, we've got friends who have got smaller children, and that doesn't mean the friendship's not as important, but that could be just a different season, because their life is different. They're in their lives as small children, doing kids clubs, etc., what it is. So that can be anywhere, and you can be just in a different season, and that's okay.
Yeah, it's all okay. So I think quite the journey.
It has been. It's definitely been a growth journey, and I'm here for it.
Yeah,
I need it. Do you know what actually? And I think, and did I say this? We reflected a few weeks ago, and I was calling it new level to new devil, and that this is all just part of this. I'm just moving, this is all part of me just going to a new level.
Yeah,
and just being very clear on things that are very important to me and where I need to be, and a rising high, baby.
Live, breathe,
rise and hive.
Live, breathe, rise and hive. Well, let me bring you back to earth with a bump, because
come on, what's been happening in
the world of the bins? I think Glory of the Ordinary.
That's the one.
Glory of the Ordinary has become largely like the bin update, but food waste bin update. I've still never seen the food waste bin, Melissa. I'm like, what does it look like? How have I never seen it? I think it comes when I'm out walking the dog in the morning, and it just stealth-like slips down the street or whips away with the food waste and gone before there's a blink of an eye.
You said that apparently our food waste is going to start running these things is it already doing that? And it's so quiet. It's like in, out. You can't even
shake it all
see
about.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder if it is, because I wonder if that was what I saw in the wild when I saw the van that said it was powered by a banana skin. That might have actually been the food waste bin, because I've got an exciting update. I mentioned to my dad on our morning walk this morning, I said, Dad, I have never seen the food waste bin. And he went, have you not? And I said, I have not. And he went, well, it's little. And I said, is it? And he said, it is. And I went, well, I haven't seen it. I don't know when it comes. It hadn't. It obviously comes, because I left the house at maybe 20 to 8 this morning. The food waste bin was out. Or does it come while I'm upset? Am I doing something upstairs? Who knows? But I think it comes between the hours of 07:40 and 08.
That's very precise.
It was, yes,
very
because
precise.
so I'll walk around my dad's, and when I get back, I got back about 8:10 and it was gone. But normally in the estate that we live, I would have seen it on the next street along where it's nowhere to be seen. But anyway, I get a message from my dad at 9:32 this morning. News just in. He'd clocked the food waste bin going past his house, took a photo of it for us. So I've seen what it looks like.
Oh.
Now, I've not seen it in the flesh, so it's not fully exciting times, but it's pretty exciting that I've seen what it looks like.
Oh, I'm excited for
Yeah.
you. Do you know what? Tomorrow morning, mine will get collected. I think I'm going to try and look out for it.
You should look out for it.
I think I'm going to try and have a look out for
You
it.
should.
Yeah.
You should.
I might get a photo. And
maybe
send
get
it
a
to you.
deck chair, sit outside.
Oh, I'm here for it. Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
But there's been further developments on the maggot front.
Mm-hmm.
Not my own maggots, I hasten to add. I have not encountered a maggot. I have been very diligent in the closure of the inside bin and the outside bin. But the maggot saga continues. So Lisa has been on the WhatsApp.
My other half, Kevin, has started to do something I'm not very happy about. We have cat food left over from the cats. They love to lick the jelly off and leave the meat. And I've noticed recently, even if the cat food's on the bench for 4 or 5 hours, maggots do lay their eggs on it. And Limitless Liam said the eggs are so tiny you can't see them, but I feel like I can see white eggs on the food. And then I caught Kevin the other day scraping the cat food, which is allowed under the Durham County Council rules, into the food waste bin, but he's putting the cat food in with the eggs on. So I feel like it's only a matter of time this week before my bin is going to be swarming with maggots. So not very happy about that situation.
So, Lisa, on the cat food saga, there seems to be a lot of cat food and fly-related issues there on the maggot front. She thinks that she can see those fly eggs on the cat food. Now, Hank's got dog food out. I've never encountered a maggot or a fly egg on the said dog food in 13 years. Maybe she does have a surplus of flies and cat food, as I say.
Yeah.
But she also came back in on the text to say that the maggots did turn up. So she was not wrong.
Well, I've got a theory then. We're manifesting these maggots.
We are manifesting maggots.
The other week talked about them. I opened my wheelie bin and they were full of maggots. Lisa is manifesting the maggots. So you've got to be careful, guys, what you're saying out into existence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not know.
The universe doesn't understand.
It doesn't understand. It needs clarity. I'll have to be honest though, if you were to say, was this going to be on my 2026 bingo card, that I would be recording a podcast that is largely 32% maggot-related content. No, I wouldn't have thought that was going to be on my bingo card, but here we are. But we've also had Graham coming, haven't we?
Oh, with a little bit maggot fact-checking. Well, it was maggot-related with a bit of fly fact-checking.
Play the tape.
Facts, random facts. So this came about, Cassandra, my partner, we had 2 beef bones for our 2 lovely little sausage dogs, Connor and Bella. One of them decided to bring it inside, and we were watching Netflix one night, found the bone, and the bone was on the sofa covered in maggots. And so the random fact is that you are never 2.5 meters away from fly eggs. And that small little fly can lay 500 in a day on a tiny bit of organic matter. So please do clean those keyboards and mice. And as I say, they can hatch in 24 hours. So there you go, the little random fact for the Rising Hive.
So that's quite the story, that, wasn't it, Melissa? Quite the story.
Yeah, well, I did hear the bone crack on holiday, and that did gross me out. Absolutely gross me out. The maggot crawling out of the bone. They're sitting watching. Imagine
No, thank
you're
you.
sitting watching
No,
a film,
thank you. I don't want to imagine.
and then the little dog comes up, and then the bone crawling maggots. No,
Yeah.
no, that's not the one.
It's a no from me, that. It is a no from me.
So they're everywhere anyway.
They're everywhere. Now, Kylie did come in with some biodiversity around the maggots. Are you ready for this?
Yes, ready. Come on.
Maggot crack. It's the conditions inside the baby bins. There's very little biodiversity, so need other bugs to eat stuff or sort our flies and eggs. However, it can be down to how compact you're letting your food bin get. So if it sits concentrated in layers, you're going to get flies in there. So just empty it. That's your problem, people. Kylie's coming in there firm. P.S. She only knows it's due to the compost bins at the Lottie. So she feeds an ecosystem every day. And she never gets maggots. And she said, God, I'm duller than Glory of the Ordinary today. Kylie, you are not duller than Glory. This is the Glory of the Ordinary. We are here for that crack. So thank you to Kylie for coming in. And Graham, Kylie and Graham on a double fact check there.
Yes,
Really up-leveling us in the maggot stakes.
Absolutely.
I feel we've got our maggot experts that we wish for.
When we're at our next quiz,
if it's maggot related.
I hope there's some maggot-related questions. I mean, it will also test the fact that I don't really retain knowledge.
We don't retain information. The fact that we couldn't retain the information to even pass it on, we had to get the phone out to clarify.
Yeah, so don't test me if I'm retaining the knowledge, you know. But we might know something.
We may not, or we may make it up, but who knows?
Yeah.
But quite the update and Glory of the Ordinary this week.
Yeah.
No space for anything else.
When will the bin sagas end?
I don't ever want them to end. So that would
know,
stop my reign as bin ambassador.
No, you are a legendary Leanne, the bin ambassador, and you're doing a grand job.
Grand job.
Well done.
I'm bringing in the experts.
Absolutely.
But who are we putting in braggers?
Well, first of all, we're going to put in the lovely Siobhan from Hello Gifts. She can say that. Oh, Hello Gifts. Who she does. Do check her out. We have mentioned her on here. Although Siobhan, I have got a little call out. Where's our mugs?
Where are our mugs, Siobhan?
Where's our bin ambassador labels as well?
Where has we been there? Actually, Siobhan, we might have to rethink you coming in Braggers Corner. We need complainers corner.
We wanted some rising.
She's so successful, she hasn't got time for us.
That's what it is. It is. Now, Siobhan started Oh Hello Gifts up as a little hobby, side hustle, I suppose, as it is. She's very creative, as Siobhan. She's always been very crafty. But we were chatting, and she shared with me that in comparison to this time last year, she has tripled her sales. And last quarter to this quarter, she's doubled her sales. Isn't that fantastic?
That is
just
amazing.
Something that she's just started is a little bit of side hustle. She gets a lot of pleasure out of it, a lot of, fun, and she's enjoying it. And isn't that amazing? So I was straight away, I was like, Braggers Corner for you, baby.
Well, I have to actually give a recommendation for Siobhan, because although I was delving into complainers corner because we haven't got our mugs on my bin label, but I needed a last minute personalised label for a gift that I came up with at last minute, and I messaged Siobhan on Oh Hello Gifts on the Instagram, and I was like, can you help me out here? I'm a last minute Jack. Any chance you can knock me this label up within like 2 days time, please? And she was straight on it. She gave me loads of designs. She was like, how does this look? What are you thinking about that? And she gave me loads of different options. The customer service was impeccable.
She's lush.
She was absolutely
lush.
Fabulous. And what she created for me was exactly what I wanted. The person who we gave it for as a gift absolutely loved it, and would 100% recommend. So big up to Siobhan, and big up on the sales front. And get yourself in Braggers Corner. Yeah.
Have we got anybody else for putting in Braggers Corner?
Well, Anne said that we need to go into Braggers Corner because,
well, we're here for it. Come on, let us into Braggers Corner.
Let me set the scene. So, as you know, we have a WhatsApp number, and we, as a method to retain the number, because learning a mobile number is quite hard. We sang it in the style of Minnie Riperton, Loving You, which I don't think people fully understood, but the loving you is easy 'cause you're beautiful. 07466
324-579.
Now, I don't think that was immediately obvious to people. I had to spell it out to a few people, but it was in the style of Minnie Riperton. But then I've learnt the number. So I was just going along in a couple of episodes back. I was like, 07466 324-579. I was just saying the number, and Anne came in on the voice notes, but
Yes, she did.
I don't think it was on the voice note. It was on Instagram voice notes. She pretty much registered a formal complaint against us.
Why are you not singing the WhatsApp number? I don't like you reading it. I feel like it feels like when you get like a yawn interrupted, or you want to sneeze and you can't sneeze. That's how it's feeling for me when you're saying it. Please sing it.
I never thought that I would have anybody saying, sing
You're
more.
singing. No, same.
Never.
Absolutely same.
Thanks, Anne.
But what we did was I came in on the stories and sang it back to her, and she was like, you need to get yourself back into Braggers Corner for singing the jingle. So big up to us. So thank you.
Amazing, Anne.
Yeah, I think we've got one more, do we?
We have got one more. I'm going to slip and slide my amazing stepmom, Kay in, she listens to the podcast every Sunday morning and every Wednesday morning, and then we'll come in and reflect. So she sends voice notes now to only me.
Mm-hmm.
I've got so well done, Kay, but she knows I'm a voice note queen. She knows I love a voice note, so she will send me a voice note. So she's been coming in with reflections, and then she's like, oh, maybe one day I might come in on the Rise and Hive hotline number. So yesterday, she sent me a reflection of last week's question of the week. What is your signature stroke? Did I get that right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm impressed. But she came in and I was like, I think we could get her into the Rise and Hive hotline number.
Hive hotline.
The Hive hotline.
Mm-hmm.
And she's only went and got herself into the Hive hotline.
Well,
so next week, in question of the week, yep, you will hear Kay's little voice note. So I'm putting her in Braggers Corner.
Yeah, because you said to me a few weeks ago, because Kay does come in with some reflections, and which she's never been brave enough to go into the main hotline. And you said, I think Kay will. I think over the next few weeks, Kay will. And sure enough, she showed up and delivered. So thank you, Kay.
So what gratitude have you got this week, Leanne?
Well, coming in strong with number one, I am grateful for learning about the feature on WhatsApp that allows you to image search for an item. Let me tell you more.
Yes, please
So
do.
I saw an Instagram video, and I can't remember the name of the person who shared it, but it said, did you know that you can, if you've got a photo of an item, you can upload that into the search bar on Vinted, and basically it will search for the item. And I was like, oh my God, that's a game changer. When I saw the video, I didn't have anything I wanted to search for. However, the following day, as if by magic, we went to an event in Leeds, and Anne walked in wearing the most delightful pair of summer palazzo pants. I was like, Anne, they are fine and divine. Tell me more about your trousers. And she said, oh, they're a couple of years old from Sainsbury's. And then I said, Anne, would you mind awfully if I took a photo of your delightful summer palazzo pants? And she went, no. And I went, and would you mind if I stole your style? And she was like, oh no, it's a compliment. She didn't have much choice, because I literally had my phone whipped out, took a photo, uploaded into the Vinted bar before she could even realise what I was doing. And sure enough, as if by magic, the trousers were not only there, they were there in my size for £4. Bargain. And then Anne said, oh, offer them less. So I offered them £3. I got paid
even more of a bargain.
And then they came back with a midway £3.50. We signed, we shook on the £3.50 order is in. The summer palazzo pants are on their way to me. Grateful for that. Yeah. All the gratitude for all those things.
It was like they were meant. It was just meant to be.
It was meant to be.
So aligned, just aligned in that moment.
Yep. Absolute synchronicity. Thank you. Number two, I'm going to come in for the people coming in on the voice notes.
Yeah.
They are giving me life. I am absolutely buzzing for the fact that people are coming in, and so we're getting all of the stories, weird and wonderful. We are here for it. So, please do get in touch if you haven't been big, brave, or bold enough to do a voice note yet, or maybe it's passed you by. Maybe you've been a bit busy. Do get in touch on 07466 3, 2, 4, 5, 7, 9. And we may be able to play your voice note on next week's episode. So, but thank you to those that have come in. That has been fabulous. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then number 3, I'm grateful for the sun today. So the weather hasn't been great, but literally as it sort of came out about 4:30, 5 o'clock, as I was finishing work, the sun came out and I had about an hour in the garden in the sunshine. Literally just as you arrived, the sun kind of went over the fence and our garden was suddenly in the shade, but I got myself an hour in the sun. That was unexpected because the weather hadn't been glorious. So I am grateful for the unexpected sunshine and my ability to get myself an hour sat in the garden while I did a little bit of prep. So thank you. We'll take that.
Nice.
Nice. What about you?
Well, I am grateful this week for routine that I have in my life, that I know that I thrive. And I think you said earlier, and I think, you know, we do thrive as humans on routine, and I think that's really important to think about. You know, I think everybody can say around the Christmas period is like, oh, I just want to get back into a routine.
Yes,
the days just all like, what day is it? What does it feel like? So we do thrive on routine. So I think it's really good as humans if we can recognise that and try to take some of them routines on holiday with you, which is what I do try to do. So I'm very grateful for the routines, the habits that I have in my life, the really healthy habits that I have, and having an awareness of how happy and fulfilled that they make me. So I think that was definitely over the last week of just, you know, having them habits and routine I'm here for. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm coming in, number 2. It's a gratitude really for you and also the daily podcast. We're coming up to nearly a year, you know.
We are coming up to our 1-year anniversary.
We are nearly a year of doing our daily podcasts. And when I was away, I needed that so much for my daily journaling processing. And I mentioned earlier, there was like towards the end of the holiday, I had one day where you got a 55.
I did. And then I followed up with another one, I think, didn't it?
I think there was I running out for my gratitude.
You did, yeah.
I knew I was then going to struggle and I was going to go over. So I went in with the 55, and then came in with another one.
5.
Yeah, I did. Delivering all the angel numbers. And then, yeah, so just having that and allowing me that space to just be able to process through. And you came back on one of the days with the most beautiful 22 that I didn't even know I needed. I did not even know I needed to hear the words that you came back. I listened to it twice, Leanne.
Oh, she meant business.
I was like, and I was like, I didn't even know I needed to hear that. So thank you for your amazing reflection. The kindness that you showed me was beautiful. And as I said, I didn't even know I needed to hear the words that you reflected back on me. So thank you for this beautiful
You're very welcome.
Space that we've created.
The power of the podcast. If you haven't listened, we do have an episode called The Power of the Podcast. So I'll give ourselves a little plug. Go back and listen to that because we talk about the power and the impact that the podcast has for daily podcasts. So just thought I'd get in there with a little plug there. Sorry, go on for number 3.
No, it's okay. Because actually we were having a chat with yesterday with somebody and they asked us if we journaled. And it's like more and more now. This is just even you've never been a written, but I do enjoy handwriting journaling. But this as well is just
journaling on steroids, baby. 55 minutes of journaling.
I know, imagine.
We've got lots to say.
Always. Number 3, I'm coming in now. It would not be an episode. We've already mentioned it. But it would not be an episode without mentioning the amazing and wonderful Kylie Dixon, MBE, Oat. Last Sunday's episode, New Level, New Devil. So if you haven't listened, another plug, go and give it a listen. It was a good episode.
It was a good one.
It was a good one. You know, we are our own
biggest fans.
Absolutely. But she came back to me with some reflection on some of the things that I talked about in that episode. And particularly around about allowing myself rest, guilt free. And she talked about her just a little bit around the things that she's put in, the tools she's putting around that and allowing herself that rest. Because I reflected on that. I struggled to stop that, not allowing myself that time. And Kylie came in and I was very grateful for it. It was lovely. It was beautiful that she'd listened and came in with some reflection. So thank you, Kylie. Very, very grateful. And as I'm sitting here, you know I love a cheeky little bonus.
I was going to say, I'm surprised you haven't done a bonus.
I'm going to come in with a little bonus because the magic that is aeroplanes, flights.
It blows me mind how they work.
Isn't it? I mean, on Tuesday morning, I was recording my podcast in Spain, and a few hours later, I was back home. It's just wild, isn't it? It's
wild,
amazing. So I think we should just show gratitude for the fact that we can do that, and we can be in one part of another country, in another side of the world, quicker than you could be to get to some areas of some places in this country in car. It's just fabulous.
Well, there we go. We'll have some gratitude for that. Thank you.
Yeah.
I want to say the word aeronautical, but I don't know if that is the actual correct term that we'd use.
I haven't got a clue.
No,
Yeah.
well, I know I could tell you anything, but the listeners might come in with a bit more clarity on the fact checking. But there we go. That concludes another episode of the Rise and Hive podcast. So don't forget, you can get in touch on the WhatsApp. Will we sing it one more time?
Let's go for it.
Let's go. 07466
324 579.
You can also follow us on Instagram if you're not following us already, at the Rise and Hive podcast, and you could email us, join us at theriseandhive.com. I think those are the ways that you can get in touch, but don't forget, if you are not following us on wherever you listen to your podcast, click that follow button.
Please do. It's very important. And tell your friends. We love it when we're out and about and people are like, I've been telling everybody about your podcast. So please keep telling your friends. Thank you to everybody who was sharing the love and sharing and spreading the Rise and Hive magic. We love you all.
We do. And on that note, have a fabulous week.
Lots of love.
It's the Rise and Hive podcast with Leanne.